Hello, good people. It's Kristen, and I am back with the weekly career relationship check-in. We have a relationship with our careers, how we walk in the world, how we manifest who we are as we're inspired through our careers, our career paths, what we're dreaming about with our careers, where we are currently. There's a message coming in, and what I'm getting is you've had an idea, you've taken steps towards that idea, or you have a goal, an inspiration, you've taken steps towards it, and you recognize that you have everything that it takes to achieve this goal, this dream, this idea, this project. But yet, I think you're in consideration right now of what you need to leave behind or walk away from in order to make room for what you want to bring in. And that could be anything to do with our personal as well as professional lives. There simply might even be friendships, relationships in our lives. It could also be ways of life. You might have to restructure your way of life. Always have a certain routine or a certain way that you start your day, or your life is structured around a certain way because of other people in it. And things need to be rearranged. Some things have to be left behind, detoxed, reconsidered. And it's like a personal journey for you as much as a practical journey. There's something spiritual about this, about stepping into the path of being the creator and having more authority in what you want to present in career. All right, so let's just get some other messages. Eight of Rods. So coming in quick, there are opportunities coming in quick. There are action steps that you can take now. They might seem small to you, but there's a lot that you can do right now. It could be coordinating with people that like resources for you. It could be spending time with people that inspire you and inspire your creativity, inspire your gifts, inspire your goals as well. But this is even small baby steps. When you do many little baby steps, it creates a lot of distance. Like you turn back and all of a sudden you realize I've done more than I think that I've done. The Hierophant. So this is creating that new structure and connecting to your higher self, connecting to that place in you that is the ultimate creator of your reality. Connecting to, again, those practical steps that you take, but in a way that's meaningful. You're an emotionally connected way. You are connecting with the structure. So it's more than just, okay, here's the blueprint and I'm going to follow it. This is the scaffold. Yes, you want to create that, but you want to make something that you can connect to in your heart, in your gut, not just your mind, because you're not going to make as much headway. You're not going to want to move so fast. It's going to feel like a dredge. It's going to feel like, oh, I have to do this. So we're taking this thing that's inspired, that's creative, that's this, maybe it's more unique than what you've done before. It's different. Maybe you have an idea in your company that's very different from what everybody else is doing. Maybe you want to go off on your own. Maybe whatever this project is, it has to connect in your heart, not just your mind. Otherwise, it will fizzle out. You won't get there as quickly as you can get. And it's about dropping the negative behaviors and thoughts and addictions that you have to, because it can be very addictive to keep ourselves down sometimes, or to play small, or to try to fit in. This is about feeling that you belong, not like you're trying to fit in. And so you're at the core, within yourself, creating new structures where you feel like you belong to you on a personal level. Like this plan that you're taking, these action steps that you've got, these inspired actions are They're a part of a new way of thinking, a new way of going about things, a new way of creating your day-to-day existence. And it's not about playing small and trying to fit in and trying to just, I think some of you are trying to be invisible to not rock the boat because maybe there are tensions where you are. And for some of you, it's your own business, but there are people in it that are creating tensions. Perhaps there has been a certain codependency or toxicity in a relationship that has been built up over time, where when this person first came in to this project, to this business, they were exactly what you were looking for and they fit your needs. And those things have changed. You have been working on yourself. You have been not shy. You've been rapid fire personal growth. You really have been looking at the things that have been, keeping you from moving forward. And as confrontational or challenging as it is, you've really taken a hard look at them and you've decided, I'm taking a hard left on that. I'm going to do my best every single day to reconnect with a different way of thinking about who I am and what I want in this world. And I'm creating a plan based on what my heart wants. And that's not to negate the practicality of it. The Hierophant represents Taurus. Taurus is like one of the big manifester of things here on earth. The director. It gets things done, but it gets things done here with the Hierophant in a very high level, inspired, creative way that is spiritually connected. It's part of an overall journey of where you see your life going. It's not just that, okay, how can I get there here right now as an instant gratification thing. It's, okay, yes, I want to be here in a year, but I also know I want to be there in 10 years. I want to be there in 5 years. This is like you're looking at a whole new overview, a whole different perspective on where you want to go. And for many of you, it really could be a complete jumping out of the loop, out of this sort of like hamster wheel. And you could be sort of hamster wheeling with these other people that kind of bring you down. Or I think we get so used to having certain types of relationships and putting up with certain things that sometimes we don't even realize that it's unhealthy for us. Sometimes relationships have shifted because people change. And it could be that you are more aware and you've got some people around you that don't really believe in personal growth or a spiritually connected relationship with their work in the world. They are all about instant gratification. They are about, this is the grind, this is what we do. They're not so much into mixing it up, trying something different. I'm just going to turn the faucet on and off. I've got this business, I've got this project, I've got whatever it is, it's working. It's been working this way a long time. I just want to turn the faucet up and make more money, or that kind of thing. But I think that you are feeling like something could be done a lot better. And you either are determined to fix something where you are in a way that is really connected with how you emotionally feel the right path is for this project, for this business. King of Pentacles, of course, really, this is being bold, not being shy, taking action, connecting with other people. Perhaps there's some research that you need to do about other places to advertise, other people that you can connect with. Who else can you network with? Where else can you go to resource the things that you need to move forward in this new way? So we can't get to the new place by doing the old stuff. There might be certain of the old that can either come with us to some degree or be tweaked and come with us, but sometimes there's just old stuff that cannot go forward. And this isn't about firing someone or dumping someone as a friend, although I do pick up that for some of you, there's friendships or there are people that you're friends with that are in connection with some way with your work, whether they work directly with you or they don't work directly with you, but there's some sort of connection with work and people that you have a more personal relationship with, and something has just changed where you feel like It's bringing your vibration down. It's encouraging you to think negatively of yourself. It's encouraging your negative belief systems. Although these other people wouldn't necessarily say that, right? Because the card came in reverse. But what you're feeling is the upright. Here as I pick it up, it feels like it's like up here in your face. It's people that say stuff to you and it's either condescending or it's a backhanded compliment, or it's like, why would someone say that to me? Why would someone say, and I think that there's a certain kind of logical thinking around, this is how this business is. This is how life is. This is how society is. And you want to get away from all that. You want to create your own rules. Yes, we want to be aware of the world around us and what's appropriate and what's realistic. And we want to keep certain things private that need to be held private. There, these rules that people say that they're just so important. Half the time it's just rules that they want to put on themselves. And they see you doing something unique, doing something different, coming into yourself, growing, changing, connecting with other people. Perhaps you've got some people that are jealous that you're connecting with other people, or networking with other people. They could feel very isolated, alone, upset, feeling like they have to hoard everything for themselves, and your expansion feels like some kind of a threat to them. Page of Cups. This is offering the emotional fulfillment to yourself. And this is also the awareness of it's not personal. That's part of nurturing yourself and filling your own cup, is realizing that other people's stuff is not personal when they say things. And it's hard when it's about work, because it's about work and people aren't always talking about, childhoods. I was just listening to Richard Green, who wrote The Art of Seduction and The Art of War and all those books. And he was saying, it's true, when I've heard other psychologists say this, that a lot of times when people are saying these things, they're really talking to an old bully or their parents or an ex-spouse or a friend who betrayed them. They're not always talking to you. And it's important to keep that in mind. Six of Swords. Someone definitely feeling like you're walking away with all the stuff and you're going to leave them with nothing. But what is your strategy? It's not that we don't want to include other people or be conscious of them. It's sometimes we really do have to look at what our own emotional needs are, because we are connected to our work. It's part of our security, survival. It hits into these very primal things, and it triggers other more emotional, other more personal things in our life. The High Priestess, because you intuitively know, it's interesting with the Hierophant and the High Priestess here, we have this masculine feminine balance of connecting with yourself as the creator, as the inspirer, as somebody who can intuitively key into what are the right action steps to take. How do I resource myself better? How do I nurture myself? How do I fill up my own cup? And also remind myself of my opportunities. It's not even about getting an opportunity from someone else. It's what opportunity are you going to give yourself here? And not reconnecting. And it can be so comfortable to reconnect with the things that bring us down sometimes, because that has become the way that we function in life, and we don't even really know it until we're confronted with, wow, I always feel tension in this person's presence, or I feel stuck and trapped in this job or in this position. This could even be a business that you personally have created that you loved, and now you don't love it anymore, and you're trying to figure out, how can I resculpt this? Is there a way to resculpt this? And for many of you, the answer is yes. There is a way to resculpt and redesign and refurbish this business into something that's more about who you are now. Absolutely. And it's about, what resources do I need now? Where else do I need to look? How can I gather the courage to leave behind older ways of looking at my business? How can I be okay with the fact that I need to leave some things that have made me feel accomplished and empowered at one point in my life? Those things need to be left behind because I'm not feeling confident and empowered by them now. I'm on a new journey and it feels like I'm walking into this dark and I don't know where I'm going yet. You know, the Eight of Cups is always, it turns into the Hermit, right? You leave behind, you turn into the Hermit, you go on the journey, which means spending some internal time to yourself, not isolation, right? Because we are gathering these new resources, and part of that is new people. I bet you've gathered actually new friends in your life. Perhaps you've reconnected with family in a different way. Maybe there are other people in your work environment that you really weren't as close with or you didn't talk to, and you've started talking to them more. Something has led you to seek out something different, to go towards a new way. And it's because you are the Hermit, carrying the light, carrying the star, carrying your destiny. You've taken your destiny. It's not just in your heart internally. You've taken your heart. You've taken your heart in your hand and you're putting your heart out as your light. I want to feel connected to my work in the world, and I'm not woo up here like I'm just going to manifest it and visualize. And no, it's like you're taking these steps. But remember, the steps need to be connected to your gut, to your heart too. And sometimes it takes a moment to figure out, what is that? How do I do something that is practical magic? How can it be practical and useful and still be something that I feel very connected to? That intuitively I'm trusting myself in what I know is the right new direction to go in. Because there is a reckoning, because there is a rebirth. You are going to feel, or you do feel vindicated. And if you don't feel vindicated right now, you will feel vindicated very soon about something that you absolutely have been right about in concerning your career path, your business, where you work, the people that you're surrounded by. You have been right. And to feel an embodied sense of relief and release, and God, I'm right, and that empowerment. But it's not to be like, look at me and I'm going to explain while I'm right, and I'm going to explain and tell you the whole story. You don't need to do that to anybody. You can just know in your heart, in your soul. And in those places where you know that it is okay to bring someone into the inner sanctum, yes, you can share with them. But this is about that vindication, this feeling, I have been right, I feel justified. You can take that as a quiet confidence and strength that makes you that strong, silent type. You don't need to talk it away. You don't need to over-explain, because you know what it is. And that creates room and space when we're not constantly trying to explain ourselves and why we're right. And this is why I was right. And that's it. It just is, you know what? Okay, I'm going to leave that. I'm going to leave them to that. I'm going to let them be themselves and not get into business that is none of my concern. And that is where, in that rebirth, in that transformative space of coming back into reconciliation with yourself, with the fact that you, the magician, have everything that it takes to take your inspired idea, to take step towards it, to let yourself just do lots of stuff. And you might make some mistakes or pull in a resource that's not right and have to go back for another resource, and recognize that's part of the process. Is just sometimes you just got to do stuff and you figure it out. and you walk through an unknown territory knowing that you can guide yourself with your own highly intuitive sense and an inner guidance system that is highly in tune from all your wisdom, all your experience, all your inner knowing, all your lessons are all right there for you. And you don't need anybody else to tell you that you're right when you know in your heart that you got this. I'm going to leave it at that. Thank you so much for being here and having this chat with me today. I appreciate it. Please give me a thumbs up. It would mean the world to me. It would really help me out here on YouTube. It's something that you can do to support the channel if you would like to do that. And if you want to hang out with me more, please think about subscribing. I would love to have you a member of the community and connect with you more. So check out, I have readings every single day. I will see you on the next one. Bye.